Yeah, first of all, your reaction to Michael Edwards becoming sporting director. What do you think of him? How will it all work with the transfer committee and what will he be responsible for?
Sorry, I didn't understand a part of the transfer committee. And meanwhile, I'm sensitive enough to know that obviously is a very important word for you.
Well, it is just trying to work out how it's all going to fit together, how you will work as a management structure in terms of bringing in new players.
Like we did in the past. Enough? No. Okay. Actually, I try to understand why it's that big thing, but in fact, it's from my point of view a very natural decision. Michael Edwards. It's like when you have the right person in the club, then you have to use it. You have to use this person in the right way, and that's what we did since I'm here. The work with Michael together was brilliant, full of faith, trust, all what you need, and transfers are going always the same way. Actually, the start maybe is different because it's possible that whoever brings the player on the tablet, if you want, if it's me, if it's my assistant, if it's the scouting department, if it's Michael, if it's whoever, then we have a lot of things to watch, to talk about, and all this stuff. And in the end, I will always have the final say. So maybe that's the most important thing for you to know. If something is wrong since I'm here, was wrong since I'm here, or will be wrong in the future with transfers, it's my responsibility. But all the work we have to do until the player's here, you need a lot of really good people around. And he's a really good person who did a lot of different jobs in the club, and so absolutely natural, absolutely easy to make this decision. And yeah, only actually because how I understand it, only because it's England, it's a little bit bigger than because all over the world football clubs work like this, and short ways, quick decisions, knowledge, everything you need to make the right decision in the right moment, and that's from now on with sporting director Michael Edwards involved.
There have been obviously a number of changes in terms of the playing staff from the time that you lost to Watford last season. How different is your current side from the one that suffered the defeat that day?
I've no idea with which team we played last year at Watford, but
we played Watford away.
Yeah, I know. We had the best thing. The best thing at this day was we had Christmas party at night. That was good, by the way. He enjoyed it. Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking in terms of how the side has developed since then.
Thank God a lot. But it's not to compare because the time was really busy. We had game after game, we had injuries. We had not a good. This game was not one of the 5 best since I'm here, I would say. So at this day, Watford did well, but it was too easy for them to beat us. We had a big say in this game about the result. Unfortunately, we used the wrong tools in this day. So that's why it was. So nothing to compare in this moment. But yeah, how it is, we need a very strong side on Sunday because Watford changed maybe more than we changed. I'm not sure. Manager system, players too. So and I think they conceded in the last 3 games 0. So that says a lot. They play a different system to most of the other teams in the league, or to a lot of other teams in the league, and you have to respect this, and then you have to work with it. We did this the whole week until now. We'll do this today and tomorrow. Try to figure out what we have to do, and let's play football. It's Anfield, and a lot of important thing. It's before the international break, the last game before the international break. So take a positive result, use the momentum. Take the momentum, all that stuff. We are in a good moment, that's right, or we were in a good moment. Now we have to show that we are still in a good moment. So, yeah, the crowd was fantastic. Last home game, even at Crystal Palace, all our away supporters were really fantastic. Even in the game when it was a little bit difficult. So it's still quite positive in and around LFC, and we have to use this. And it's 2:15 Sunday afternoon, and it's the best moment because we have no other moment to play our football and to celebrate the LFC mood, if you want. And that's what we have to show, because it's a difficult game for sure. You always think after a game you have this moment when you won it, and this moment when you think, oh, it's really good, and you're happy with this and that, and then you start preparing the next game and think, oh, again difficult. Yeah. So it's not only Dini and Hidalgo. It's a really strong side with a very experienced manager, and we need all we have to win this game.
Given the positivity, I'm sorry to speak about the negative, but I have to ask you about Danny Ings. This is the first time we've been able to speak to you.
Actually, it's not negative. It's not a nice story, of course, or maybe it's completely opposite. So, but it's an important story because really everybody who knows Ings likes him. So I've never heard something bad about him. And the only problem he had was that he had a really bad injury, and he needed time to come back in shape. That's how it was. And the last 2 weeks, everybody could see, okay, now he's back. So, and then this happened. That's not nice, but it's part of football. And from yesterday on, it's already a positive story because the surgery was very positive, and rehab started already. And the most important thing to say, and that's a moment when the club really and the team really has to show how strong we are. It's a moment we will wait for him. We will give him all time he needs, and then he will be back again, and he will be a Liverpool player, 100%. And that's the only thing what we're working on from this moment on. And so the team reacted like everybody would react when something bad happens to a friend. But meanwhile, we want to show that we involve this, of course, not for public or something, but of course we involve this. He was very, very close in the last few weeks to the team. He already helped us. In each session he helped us on his way back in his best shape. And so, yeah, everything will be good at the end, but now it's time to work on the comeback.
Simon, another international break after this. I appreciate a lot of your players go away on international duty anyway. What are the plans in store for those who remain here? You had some behind doors games, I think, last time. Will they get a break? Do you get a break in the next couple of weeks? Do you need one?
I don't need a break, but no, not now. So, but of course we don't have a lot of players here. And when I came here, actually, I think the players had a few days off when I came here. And I changed it when I came. Oh, how can they have 3 or 4 days off or something? So, yeah, silly decision. So, but it's only because I was not used to it and all that stuff. And now we are, meanwhile, proper English coaches, and we know about the fixtures and the intensity of the next few months. So, each possibility for a little break, which you can use, you have to use, and that's what we do. So the first few days of the next week are off for the players, but of course they have a program to train, to get and stay fit. Not all of them can go wherever they want, because if you're a little bit injured, you have to be here. But a real training session makes no sense with 5-6 players. You can do this, but not about 2 weeks. So that's what a few days off, and then we start again, and we try to have a game right behind closed doors, because again it's only for us and not to talk about or something. The result is not important, only that we can give the players the opportunity to have match time. And then from I think Sunday or Monday next week on, when the first players come back, yeah, we prepare then the next game.
And as far as preparations for this match is concerned, James was ill, 1 or 2 other cases. How was it looking?
Yeah, how it's always in November, October, November, December. So yeah, you have this kind of little bit of danger always at somebody getting ill or whatever. And so James was a little bit more than others, but good meanwhile. Emre one day, Gini one day, and still 3 days to go until the game. So maybe if something else will happen, we need to wait until the last second actually. But we do everything what we can that nothing more happens. And yeah, in this moment they are all fit.
Has Gini had a?
Yeah. Only 1 day. That's But we send him home. As a football club or a team, you have always to be really careful. Only if somebody says, "I don't feel good," go. Yeah, because the next thing is 12 other players. So we were really sensitive with this, but yeah, now we have to wait. In this moment, everything is good.
Yeah, but with the new sporting director, just from your point of view, how much more time does this allow you then to work?
Actually, not too much. It's like, we worked together. We worked pretty close together before this. Ian Eyre, of course, was a very important person in all negotiations with agents and all that stuff. So I as a manager, maybe I said we have to go for this player, and a lot of talks are to do with agents and all that stuff. Why should I do this? It's not about having. You need a network. You need a lot of people. Little talks, big talks. I'm involved in all big talks, but not a small thing. So there's not a lot of more time for me or something. What we try to create is the structure for the future for LFC. So even, look, the problem, what I, after 40 months, would say, this wonderful club changed philosophy 3 or 4 times in the last 10, 15 years because different managers came in, let's do this, let's change this. That's English kind of doing things, obviously. The new manager is coming, and what do have changed? Everything. The former manager gets sacked because the results were not good, but a lot of things around this could have been good, actually. And we try to create a situation where everything around is perfect. And if the manager changes in the future, then this club is still have a good base. And for this, you need the right people in the right position. And Michael Edwards is in this club since 5 years, I think, did different jobs, knows everything about it, was involved in big decisions, and will be involved in big decisions. But at the end, of course, there's one thing where the manager needs the final say, that's when do we take him or not. But the young players, which are already in, which we all like, meanwhile, that was already his responsibility. So, and now bringing all this together and really work on a structure for the future, that's the plan. And having now a sporting director is only one step. So we are working the whole day for the good of LFC. And at the end, the most important thing each week is the game. But between the 2 games, a lot of things to do. So I don't have more time now for different things. But the decision ways are shorter for us. Because our owners give us the faith and trust us that we do the right things in the right moment. And so everything is good, and we work in this situation now.
Does it give you, though, a little bit more position of power, maybe is the wrong word, more control, though, because obviously Michael's been here 5 years, as you say, and you've got a long-term contract as well.
But, sorry.
Does it give you more control over, as you say, you have the final say, does you have more control?
I had it before. No. There's no player. Sorry, there's no player. I had the final say before. That's not actually news. So only in moments when somebody's not happy with whatever, and you ask here maybe your player or his player, it's always my player. So that's never. I can't blame anybody else for anything. So that's how it is. So that will be not a problem. I can take the pressure easily. That's absolutely not a problem. So no, it's about the work. If you want, a lot of work behind the scenes, but you need for this work the best people you can get. In this business, the manager should not, it's not allowed to be a one-man show. It's not allowed, because I'm a specialist in would say in football things. how can all people around say, and I'm the best in financial things, and in this, and in this, and in this. Yeah, sorry, I'm not. I know a lot, but not everything. So, and I like to have the best people around me, and Michael is for sure one of the best I ever met, and so everything good.
Jurgen, 4 different goal scorers at Crystal Palace, and that's quite typical of the way this season's gone. How encouraged are you by the fact that the goals are being shared around, and because that not only great for results, but it's great for the confidence of the individuals as well, isn't it?
It is. That's what goals are goals. So I'm happy about all of them. Of course, it was the first goal was for sure the. You could see most of what we did in training, but even the set pieces, we trained set pieces since I'm here, and it looked like it was the first 2 goals we scored after set pieces, but it wasn't. Of course, maybe it was. I'm not sure. So, but we'll keep on working on it, and it was nice to see that we didn't concede a goal after set piece, but we scored 2 goals after set piece. That's nice. And the fourth one was a brilliant pass and a wonderful way run and perfect finish. So. Actually, I don't care who scores the goal, but you are right. How I said, we were after the game, really, we felt very positive, very optimistic about the situation, all that stuff. But that's 6 days, meanwhile, ago. And a lot of things happened since then. And a lot of things to do in the Watford game, which are completely different. And Premier League football, not only Premier League, but especially Premier League, is really being ready for the next opponent with this different style of play, the different things to do. Things can happen, early goal scoring, early goal conceding, be ready for the solution, work on solutions before you have the problems. That's what we try to do. And so it's, we need to stay greedy, angry, all that stuff, and we need to do the right things in the right moment. That's how it is.
Over the season gone now, the final international break before the spring is an important sort of reference point for how the campaign has gone. When you look at the first 10 fixtures of the season before it started, are you surprised the amount of points that you have got now? Did you set a target? Have you
No.
bettered that?
No.
Are you surprised at how many you've got?
No, but I never thought about it, actually. I think you should not make this and say after 10 games I want to have 23 points. That would mean you already expect that you lose a game. Actually, I never expect that we lose the game. So that means when I would think about 10 games, then we would have 30 points. Makes no sense. And so no, I'm not surprised. I never thought about it. It's like it is. We took it like it. We took the games like they were, and we did a job. Sometimes a little bit better, sometimes a little worse. That's how it is, and so nothing happened until now. I'm sorry for this. I cannot say more about it. It's better to be in this position than in another position. But even when we would have had 6 points less, then we could not stop playing football. So that's all. Watford is everything I think about, not the 10 games we played until now.
Yeah, you mentioned the fixtures coming up and the intensity of those games. You've not had a midweek game this week, whereas other teams have been in Europe. Have you found not being in Europe and not having the trial and the intensity of those games has been able to help you be so consistent week to week in the Premier League?
No idea, because I cannot compare. That's how it is. I know I was for the last 6, 7, 8 years, I'm not sure, always traveling through Europe. So I never thought about this, it's too much or something. That's for all teams the same usually. When you are successful, especially when you want to stay successful, you can be successful one time, then you have European football. And when you want to stay successful, you have to take it like it is. So that's nothing, with more training time, you can do a lot of wrong things. So hopefully we don't do this. We don't have to travel, that's right, especially Watford didn't travel last week. That's the only thing I'm thinking about, actually. So they have the same situation like we have, and all the rest. I said, I think at the end of the last season or at the beginning of this, I'm not sure anymore. We have to show that we use the time for training. So, but over the whole season, not over the first 10 games, and that's the situation we are in now. So, but I don't want to. What's an advantage in the moment when you feel an advantage? It's already gone. So it's only our situation, nothing else. And there are other teams. I'm not sure. Okay, problem. I don't read newspapers too much. So, did you ask the same Antonio Conte all the time? I'm not sure. So, but if yes, they have the same situation. Maybe Man United have it from, I don't know, from January on. So then you can ask them in the moment that it's maybe not the most positive thing, and then from January on it's very positive not being in Europe anymore. So all that stuff, a lot of things will change. This moment is for us very intensive because we have to stay in the situation. We need to stay to be concentrated. We all are not used to be kind of successful. So work to get sometimes successful, it's possible. To stay is much more difficult. So don't think about the circumstances. Use them. Use training time. Prepare yourself for the next game, and in an idle world, win it.
Anything left from you? No. Uta?
Jürgen, yeah. I'd like to bring a German angle on the whole thing. Everyone is quite pleased about the way the top of the league is at the moment and how close it is in terms of points, but no one wants to speculate at the moment. So the question is, do you think, because there are a lot of German players who have scored goals in the last few weeks, that there is something from the Bundesliga they can bring over here, which makes it specifically more interesting?
We talk about the Premier League, right? Okay. But Germany is German national team has a few of the best, or maybe 10, 15, 20 of the best players in the world. So and Bundesliga is a very strong league, and so it's few of the best German players play already in England. If maybe a few will follow, I have no idea. We will see this. So of course, it has an influence. Özil has a big influence on the Arsenal game. Same İlkay Gündoğan, meanwhile, difficult start with injury and so on, coming in a new club and performing like this now. So, it's the first time when we work together. So and a few others. So and that's of course important. They all have influence, but there are still more Brazilian players in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure. For sure, more players. Let's say South America, more. So that's how it is, and they are only here because they are good football players. So I won't talk. Don't want to think about the German influence on the Premier League. But of course, we cannot get rid of our history. Why shouldn't we? Why should we? We are educated in the Bundesliga, so we use the knowledge from the Bundesliga. And when we have positive influence, not too bad for the club which we're working for. Welcome. Thank you.
Good luck.